How's it going, everybody? It's boy Pixelated Pat. It's my pleasure to welcome you back to another episode of our Pokemon Gaia Hardcore Nuzlocke. Today in the agenda, we'll be hitting a couple routes and encounters on the way to Prestonwolf's Island, the location of the 6th Pokemon Gym. And while it saddens me that I have to leave Telmeric City after I just took over the biker gang and laid siege upon the city, we have a region to conquer, so alas, I must go. Now, moving right along into our encounter for this section of the map, we've got an absolute classic, and not to mention the king cool Pokemon, Skarmory. While there were other cool encounters in this area, like Absol and Electabuzz, that would have served the team a lot more in the long run than yet another flying type, I'll take what I can get, and I'm excited for the potential upside it'll offer me as a Pokemon capable of setting up entry hazards like spikes and stealth rocks. I've been having a lot of fun with hazards this run, so I'll gladly welcome Scarlord to our ever-growing roster of Pokemon. Welcome to the team, buddy. So right after that, I pop my repel so that way we can go through the rest of the route without getting slowed down by wild Pokemon, and I teach Rock Climb to our boy Monkey. I gotta say, I'm beyond excited that we finally have access to the move Rock Climb because it means we can finally access the Yellow Shard move tutor on Arus Road. That's something I've been waiting for because it'll give us access to the elemental punch attack, so you can bet that I'll be teaching Ice Punch to our boy Riz, who I was excited to bring back into the rotation after having to leave him out of the last gym due to a type disadvantage. One thing's for sure though, he's far from finished laying waste to his opponents. Like right here, for instance, when we have to switch out Aerodactyl after it's confused by a dynamic punch from that Poliwrath. Luckily, it was already on low HP, so we take it out with one Rock Smash, and we're able to take out Hariyama with a Play Rough. After that, we've shown this trainer who's really got the Riz around here. Maybe if she's lucky, we'll give her a call after we're done conquering the region and complete our villain arc, but in the meantime, she'll have to wait for our destiny to unfold. Sorry babe, time waits for no one. That being said, I've really got to take a moment and give a shout out to our boy Phineas. I really wasn't expecting that much out of him due to the fact that he's more than likely not going to be in consideration for the final team provided our boy Riz is still alive by the time we reach the Pokemon League, but even so, he's been consistent and reliable for the majority of his appearances. You really can't ask for much more in a Pokemon, especially in a Nuzlocke. So let's throw some respect on Luminion's name because he's been putting in that work. And one thing's for sure, he definitely deserves that respect. Granted, all Pokemon do, but I've seen Luminion get some very undeserved hate from the community. Whether it's due to the fact that it was an alternative art in Brilliant Stars where the alt-art Charizard was a chase for that set, or the fact that it's been labeled as a mid and forgettable Pokemon, I think its alternative art is sick, and I'm definitely not going to forget our boy Phineas once the time comes to put this run in the books. And generally speaking, when the time does come to put this run behind me, I'll definitely be looking back at it with fond memory. Whether it's due to the fact that this is my first run on YouTube, or all the awesome Pokemon that I've captured that I've never got to use before or haven't used in a while, I'm having the time of my life with this run, and I couldn't be happier that I get to share this experience with all of you watching. So if you're with me right now, then don't forget to show yourself some love for being an absolute legend. That being said, we still got a lot of mileage left in this run, so let's save the sentimentality for later. Anyways, we talked to this old man, and he's definitely with the times because he gives us with some ever so coveted fresh water, and right after that, we find Banette's Mega Stone. As you can imagine, we equip it right away so I can get to testing out her strength as a Mega Pokemon. One thing's for sure, our team just got a whole lot stronger with yet another Pokemon capable of Mega Evolution, and I can't wait to see the houses she wrecks in her Mega form. And luckily we don't have to wait that long either, cause I put her at the front of the party so we can kick over this kid's sandcastle after sending her Gastrodon to oblivion with a pair of Shadow Balls and her Linoone to the infirmary after we knock its jaw loose with a pair of knockoffs. However, she instantly gets bounced back by Dragon Tail by the next trainer here when she sends out Milotic, and one thing's for sure, Milotic is one of those Pokemon that you gotta knock out quick, otherwise it can be a bit of a headache. And it definitely gave me a bit of a headache here after putting our newly acquired Mega Banette down to low HP, but luckily our boy Monkey is able to come in clutch and knock out that pesky Milotic with a pair of Rock Climbs. And I gotta say, I absolutely love that moment, because in my own personal headcanon for the run, the official Team Bro is Primeape, always there to cheer on his bros and have their back whenever they need him to come through the most. And I gotta say, it's great having Primeape as an option. Outside of Primeape and Magna, we really don't have any Pokemon that can hit fighting type attacks with same type attack bonus, so he's definitely proving to be a valuable asset. Not only is he capable of performing well in neutral situations, he's also able to keep the heat off Infernape just by being another fighting type Pokemon we can use. I feel like he's gonna have a lot of clutch moments whenever he's on screen, so that's definitely giving me something to look forward to. That being said, I was clearly having a lot of fun handing the reins over to Banette and Primate for this section of the route. It's a super cool feeling whenever two completely different Pokemon are able to get along that well and have that kind of synergy, because it gives you additional options when you're preparing for Pokemon battles later in the run. I didn't even think about the fact that it didn't bring Zebstrika along for this section of the game, and I believe that's a testament to how well both Banette and Primate have been performing in this stretch. And if you look to your left, you will notice that we have finally reached our destination of Presmos Island. However, I decided not to go to the Pokemon Center right away because I realized that we can get our Ocean encounter here after I run out of Repel steps. And we run into a very predictable Tentacle who we are able to get as quick and easy as a capture as you can on a Pokemon, but I'm just glad that we didn't KO it there. Anyways, after capturing it, I decided to appropriately or inappropriately name him Hentai as a reference to the tentacle we captured in our Fire Gold Nuzlocke over on Instagram. It's always great to see a Pokemon returning from old runs, and I can't wait to see what Tentacle is able to bring to the table after we evolve him. That being said, we are fast approaching the end of the video, so as always, I want to take this moment to thank all of you amazing and wonderful people who have been taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. It means the world when you guys show up, and I'm always excited to bring you guys more and more awesome Pokemon battles. That's all I got for today, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Pixelated Pat, signing off.